Hello everybody, I'm Colette the Highway Stitcher, here to give you my stitching from the highway and at home. And spring has finally come. Let's hope we don't have any more blips in the screen, but as far as weather goes. But it's like 52 degrees right now, 11 degrees Celsius, and we're going up to a high of 78 today. Oh man, I can't believe it. 25 degrees Celsius, it's amazing. So a bright, beautiful, sunny day, and so we're supposed to have like some rain in a couple days and then going back up again, but I think spring might be finally here. So that's pretty exciting. I am ready for that. Anyway, today, just an overview. I'll be showing you my whips. Also, I took an Irish crochet class, and I'll be showing you what I did for that 4-day class. And then my plans. Actually, I'll do Irish crochet at the very end. If no one, then that way if people aren't interested in that, they can sign off. I'll do my whips and my plans beforehand. And also my plans for my retreats, because I'm going to 2 retreats. So I'm going to be highway stitching for a week and a half. So let's move on and get going on this. And so I'll first show you my whips. I have no FOs this time, so we'll move right on to whips. I've been keeping up on Temperature Quaker, and this is a pattern by StitchinMommy, and I really enjoyed this. I've really been enjoying this. It's really been fun, especially this last week or so, because the weather, we had one more big snowstorm, and the weather had gotten warm for a while, and so then it went up, and then it went down way far, and then it went back up again, and it was just like crazy. So anyway, here's what it's looking like right now. So pretty. I just really like this pattern. I'm working on a 40 count Zweigart flax and using the called for DMCs for the varied temperature range, which usually works pretty good for Utah. So right here is what, since my last video, here's what's been happening. The blues are cold, the purple is really cold, the greens are warmer, and then of course that kind of yellow goldish, which I did yesterday, is pretty warm, and today will be even warmer. So you can see how it's been varying quite a bit. It went from some fairly, decent temperatures to really cold again. We had one more big snowstorm, and then gradually worked back up again. So that's actually going to be a real pretty motif. So anyway, that's what she looks like right now. And I think we're finally out of those purples and those blues. Well, maybe not totally out of some of the blues, but I think we're going to probably be doing more greens and maybe the golds too. That's Temperature Quaker. Okay, and the rest of my whips are just in order. I just grabbed them. Every Sunday, I work on my Sunday stocking SAL. That's our hashtag. I do this with Amy. Amy loves toads. And I'm still working on my Enchanted Ornaments Stocking. Pretty happy with what I got done the last 2 Sundays since my last video. This is a Gold Dimensions kit, so it's stitched on the kit floss, with the kit floss on the kit fabric, which is a light blue 16 count Aida. And what I worked on is I did all the back stitch on that toe, so back stitched around those little berries and around the leaves, and then started working my way up on the other side there with those little red berries and all of that. Got 1,000 stitches done in the two Sundays I worked on it, so I'm real happy with that. So anyway, I'm beginning to get the fill-in done around the baubles, those ornaments. This has been a real fun stitch, and I've really been enjoying it. And I just can't believe that pretty soon I may have a stocking. Well, I'll have a FO that's going to go into a stocking. So those beautiful, beautiful baubles. They were just so much fun to do. So pretty. So that's my Sunday stitch, and that's what I did for it the last 2 Sundays. Okay. I worked this week on getting my 2 SALs done, the sections that I'm working on, so that I could head off on my retreat and not have to really take those 2 with me. So let me see here. I had these I thought in order, but the one got on top of the other one. So anyway, excuse the plastic. This is my first SAL I'm working on in sections. It's Sunnyside Sampler by Drawn Thread. This was started by several of us at Stitch West in Utah last October. And our plan is to get it done this coming October. So we have sectioned off houses for every month. Either houses or houses and trees, that kind of stuff. And so anyway, this is, we've got a couple hashtags if people want to join us. One is just easy hashtag. It's Sunnyside Sampler SAL. And then the other one is October to October SAL, but we're abbreviating it to OCT, TOOCT SAL. That's the hashtag. So those little houses are progressing. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Vintage Country Mocha by Zweigart. And stitching it with the called for silks, which are some dinky dyes and some NPIs. So I'll show you here all those houses. And the bird with the tree and the cat, kitty cat. And the one that I worked on this month, of course, is that cute little kind of light bluish, kind of a bluish grayish with the dark roof and the trees. This has been so much fun. I really enjoyed this. And it's surprising because I'm not really a house person as much as some of the other people that are joining us. But these are such cute houses, and it's just one little section that I'm all right with that. I think sometimes the big houses just kind of like overwhelm me, and probably due to some of you guys too. So these just little sections of houses has just made it really fun and really doable. So anyway, that's what got done this month. I'm all done and caught up, and next month will be, let's see, this cute little house with the sunflowers. So that'll be fun. You'll see that there. Okay, the other SAL that I'm participating in is the one I've been doing for about 4 years now, and that's with my birthday buddy, Krista Grammer. And we are working on My Day Complete by Kathy Barrick. I'm also sectioning this off to make sure I get it done in a timely manner because our birthdays are October 29th, and that's like during the same time as I need to get the Sunnyside Sampler SAL done. So I have to keep up on both of these so that I'm not at the end going, oh no, I have too much to do and it's, going to drive me crazy. And I have been keeping up on this. I think this one, let me see if it's going to show through some. No, it's not bad. I'm stitching this one on a 36 count Seraphim in the colorway of Boston. I'm actually doing 2 threads instead of 1. Some people do 1 thread on 36, some do 2. But I wanted this to show out a little more. So that's the reason why I'm doing two threads on it. The section, I love that funky bird. I just love it. The section I worked on this time was finishing off the tail of the bird and doing this motif here and this motif. And what we discussed when Krista and I last got together is we were going to fill this in with our the number of our month and the day of that we were born. So that's 10/29. Our hashtag for our SAL, if anybody wants to join us, is OCT29SAL. So, of course, October is the 10th month, so I did 10/29. And underneath is Krista's initials, K and G. So I'm going to be putting my initials kind of up here a little bit farther. I just haven't done it yet. So I got my section done there, and I'm pretty excited. This like personalizes our our piece, and so it's kind of special. So, and see, Krista, I'm keeping up, so I'm pretty excited. And that funky bird is all done, which is a big deal. Next section that I'll be working on is probably, I think, we'll be working down here. I think that's what I had X'd off, doing the rest of the trunk and then some more vine work there. Yeah, looking at it here, actually, you can see it better from the picture. My next section is actually right here, all of this. So, and that trunk. So pretty soon I'll be getting to those words, the ones we like. I cannot count my day complete until needle thread and fabric meet. So it's fun, SAL. Another one that's been really fun to do. I haven't, neither one of these have I, felt any like blah. I every single time, it's time for me to work on the sections, I have just loved it and enjoyed it. So anyway, okay, what's next here? Okay, on to, since this year, my goal is to do some full coverage stitching, get some full coverage stitching done. So I want to make sure that I get that done every month. So anyway, I've got to look for my picture here of the piece that I worked on this month, one of the pieces I worked on. There was only one full coverage that I didn't get anything done on during my full coverage February, when I was working on one a day and then a little bit later on. And that was this one, Shepherd's Keeping Watch. It didn't fit any of the acrostic prompts. This is a piece by Donna Gelsinger, and it's a Heaven and Earth design. I only had done maybe a couple hundred stitches in the corner. I like to do left-hand starts. I'm left-handed. I tend to just kind of go that way. And so only a couple hundred stitches was done in this. Very little. It's a large piece. And so even now, I don't have, I think I have 0.52. Yeah, 0.52 done. I did 1,142 stitches on it. But it's good, I think. I'm stitching it on a, let me see. It's a Wedgewood, 25 count Wedgewood, and I'm gridding it myself. So it's an even weave by Zweigart, 25 count. Doesn't show up the best here, maybe a little farther back. Of course, it looks like all you're really seeing is just like black almost, or dark blue. But if you look closer, it's a lot of blocks of three different blues, really, no blacks at all. To make it kind of stand out, it kind of looks like the night sky, with a little bit of lighter part to the sky and then a little bit of darker. So it's actually been pretty easy to stitch with the blocks of color. They're kind of mixed up together, kind of like the peonies piece that I'm doing. So you do have to watch out a little bit, but they're pretty colors to work with. I've really been enjoying that. So I want to pull this out again. I want to do at least over 1% on it to get past that 0 point on this. So it will be pulled out again. So that's Shepherd's Keeping Watch. Of course, the other one that I've been working on is Lacemaker. Here's the picture. It's an Artecy design, and the artwork is Miles Burkett Foster. I'm stitching this. I'm not taking it out this time out of the Q-snaps. I'm stitching this on a 25 count, just a white even weave, and gridding it myself. And I did about 850 stitches this time. I'm 54.30% done. And the places that I worked on mostly was right here. This is the doorway appearing, which I will show in just a minute on the picture again. So what I did, I had filled in some of this vine work last time I worked on it. So I did a little bit more fill in there, and then I also started working on the black because there was quite a bit of black there to start the entryway to that door. So I kind of wanted to work. That was just where I wanted to work this time. A lot of confetti in this. So originally I was doing a typewriter method from the top down, which I still do some because I don't want one section to get too much more done on it before another section is, has nothing done and has a lot of blank spots up above. So I do try to keep a typewriter, but sometimes I get excited about other parts to work on, so then I just start working down, which is what happened with this part and this part. So I felt this part needed the work. For a while here I was just getting some burnout because there was so much confetti, but now I'm down on the door, so I'm kind of excited again. And that section is, as you can see right there, the beginning of the door. So that's Lacemaker. So those are actually all of my whips that I worked on in the last 2 weeks. And actually I'm pretty happy that I even had those ones done because I had an Irish crochet class for 4 days, which took up quite a bit of my time. But I did work on the last 2 weeks. I did get quite a bit of stitches done on these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. So, and well, 6. And then the 7th one, of course, is Temperature Quaker, so which I do a little bit at a time. So anyway, before I get on to my plans, well, no, I think I better leave this. I have some haul, but it's just a little bit, and it's actually lace related, so I'll just leave that until the end too. Okay, on to my plans. Plans. I'm leaving on Thursday to go down to St. George, Utah, which is in southern Utah. There will be a little small retreat put on by Misty Connolly, and I'll go to that over the weekend, and then I will stay there for about 4 days or so at my friend's house, her vacation place, and then I will go down to Las Vegas, and I will go to StitchinMommy put on by McKenna, and that one I will be at for, let's see, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then Sunday evening I'll go back, stay overnight at my friend's in St. George, and then I'll head home. So I'll be gone about a week and a half. Originally I had thought of going home, back home here from the first retreat. It's 4-hour drive, but then I thought, talk to Chris about it, and he just said, oh, just stay there and stitch and read and whatever else. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to have some laid back days, which will be kind of nice, just doing whatever I want to do. So plans as far as what I'll be bringing for the 2 retreats and for my fun time in between to do some stitching. I'll be taking Lacemaker, and I'll be taking my Temperature Quaker of the pieces I already showed you. Nothing else, because the 2 SALs are already... Oh, no, wait. And I'll be taking Sunday Stocking, because I'll have 2 Sundays there where I can work on my Enchanted Ornaments Stocking. So I'll be taking that, my Temperature Quaker, and my Lacemaker with me. The rest will stay home. I've also got 2 Whipgo pieces that I'm working on this month, and I haven't been keeping up good telling you about my Whipgo. I have been accomplishing it every month. I My goal was to do 3 days, and I have been doing 3 days, so I'll try to keep you up more on what they are this coming month and onward. What was called this month, and Whipgo, by the way, is a kind of a what do you call it? A challenge group in a way. That's like a bingo board. Whipgo board is very similar to a bingo board, and you make up your own challenges with it, and you put your own cross stitch pieces on it. And it was kind of the brainchild of Jessie Marie Does Stuff, and she's a floss tuber. So the two that got called this month, the two numbers, and I don't remember the numbers now, I just remember what they are. I pulled out what they are. Is I have one of them that was pulled is my Prairie Schooler. And some other people have done this, and you may have seen it on Instagram, Facebook, and they did the whole ABCs on one big piece of, fabric. Me, I'm kind of doing something a little different, and that's why, even though this is the ABC, I'm just actually working on the C part. My plan is I have a long narrow piece, and I'm going to have my name, the initial, every initial of my name on there. So I will be pulling out the Prairie Schoolers for each one of my initials and working on that one. So it's for the name Colette, so Colette. So C, I just started this and just did a couple hundred stitches, I believe, at StitchCon last year, or maybe it was the year before, who knows, and I have not picked it up since then. And so this will be my Whipgo for this month. Excuse the thread already in it and everything else. I just ended it really fast and did not even, I just threw it in the bag. So I'm just pulling it out of the bag to show you. This is, I've got the tag on it. This is great. This is a 28 count Ivory Lugana. I'm doing 2/2 full cross. So, and this right here, that's part of the cow's head. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but the cow's head and the body. And if you look here, you can kind of tell. That's just a little bit of how the horns were sticking up. So if you look at it right there, that's what I was doing. So you can kind of see, it's the top of the cow. So I'm going to give this 3 days, if not more, depending on whether I'm just enjoying it so much I'm not going to put it down. So far I'm using the called for floss too. And that was what I forgot to say. Some people do change out their floss because some colors they didn't care for too much, but so far I'm all right, so we'll see. My other Whipgo choice is Spirit of the Southwest. This is actually a StitchMania piece, but it's a fan favorite. My Whipgo board is a fan favorite board of commenters who like certain patterns, and they let me know which ones they like. So I put them down on my Whipgo board, and as they get called, then they're fan favorites, so people can see them more. So this will be worked on for at least 3 days this month, and then next month in May, it will be pulled out again to work on. So hopefully it'll get a lot done. It's Let's Visit the Southwest by Ursula Michael. Here's what I've done so far. Not lots, but some. Such pretty colors on this. And I pulled this out of the bag and forgot to get my tag. It's Picture This Plus, 28 count, 2/2, full cross with the called for DMC floss, which is just beautiful with those teals and those oranges and burgundies. But I forgot what the color is. So the next time I pull it out, I will let you know on that color. It was less like, I think it's called Mallow, but I could be wrong on that. But it's a pretty southwesty looking, deserty looking fabric. So I'll be working on that during the retreat and the times in between. Another piece I'm going to bring with me is Heirloom Stitching Sampler by Victoria Sampler. I'm going to be at the retreat, the second retreat in Las Vegas with Sarah, StitchinMommy, and we got together on a video call last night, and we're going to bring this one and work on it together because it's one that we both have in our whips pile, and so we thought that would be fun to bring one that we're both working on. I'm stitching this, again, I just grabbed it out and didn't grab the name of the fabric, unfortunately. It's a, it is an even weave. It is 32 count, and it's kind of a purple brown. And what I already worked on is the top part, the alphabet, some of the over one, and a start on the satin stitch. So when I go there, we'll see what I get done. It's hard to see with the piece, but there's a bottom satin stitch, a little specialty stitch in between, and then some regular cross stitch underneath. So, and I'll be working on that probably mostly at the Stitch Shenanigans retreat. I'm bringing I'm bringing 3 full coverage that I'm going to work on while I'm there. Lacemaker is one of them. The other one is Mom and Me, which is my piece with my mom and I. Sarah took this and made it into full coverage for me. Thank you, Sarah. Love this. It's my mom and me. I was probably 8 months old, 7, 8 months old. So got pretty excited the last time I worked on it for full coverage February because I have the outline of my mom's face there, as you can kind of see. So this is what I'm bringing for my week and a half and what I want to work on, and not sure yet what I'm going to do. You know, I don't know. Probably whatever floats my boat, whether I'll just decide to fill her in more with another color, whether I decide to count down and try to do my face my outline. I don't know. We'll see. And I'm stitching this on a 20, I'm thinking it's a 25 count. Again, I just pulled it out really fast. Looks like a 25 count easy grid fabric. So that is one of 3 that I'm taking. And then the third one I'm taking is Hibiscus Fairy, which I need to find here in my notebook. Sarah and I, we want to compare our pieces. We thought it would be fun to hold them up because she's working on 28 count over one and I'm working on an 18 count Aida. I happen to have a light pink Aida, which I thought would work really nicely with this, and it is. It looks really pretty, but it's going to be a huge pattern because this is like 400 by 566. So that's going to be one big, huge picture, but that's all right because I do like the fabric. I think it works out really nicely with it. This is Heaven and Earth, Hibiscus Fairy. The artwork is by Meredith Dillman. Real pretty. And oh my goodness, those colors there in that picture don't do it justice. These colors on here are beautiful. Probably even in the video, it's not doing it justice. Here, farther back, you can kind of see some of the shading of the different colors. And then I'll show you up closer. They are just beautiful. Blocks of different pinks and oranges and reds and combinations. Oh, just so pretty. It's been really fun. I worked on it in full coverage February, and now I'm excited about pulling it out again. Not sure what section I'm going to do, but I don't know if I'm going to carry it across and then go down, or if I'm just going to decide I want to get to going on some of the vine work, some of the other colors. So probably whatever is easiest to work on when I'm at the retreat, actually, is probably what I'll do. This, again, is an 18 count. It's a pale pink Aida. I'm doing 2 over 1 block and full cross. And what else? Oh, I'm gridding it myself. So that's the other piece I'm taking with me. So that's what I'm going to be doing while I'm at the retreat. So I'm going to move on now to some of my haul, and then on to my 4-day class that I took. So any of you who want to say bye now, thanks for watching. I'm watching my cross stitch, my whips, and my plans, and I'll see you probably in a couple weeks, I'm hoping, after the retreat. I'll have pictures of the retreat and tell you what happened. So okay, on to first of all my haul, which is lace related. I got a couple more bobbins in the mail from my Bobbin of the Month Club. And also, I have another special bobbin that I have to show you. I did not bring my glasses. Let's hope I can read this. I don't want to turn this off and restart it. These bobbins that I have are like cactus and succulent bobbins, hand-painted in England. And this one says Red Salad Bowl. And, of course, it has the whatever the Latin name for it, which I cannot even read. And this is a painted picture of what it looks like. So kind of does, the succulent does kind of look like a salad bowl. So, and then there's the name there. And then the other one is, let's see. Oh, this other one is actually a convention bobbin that I had left aside that I never showed from our convention last year, our lace convention. And it's a saguaro cactus, which is perfect. Also hand-painted by the same person who did the others. That's why it ended up right there and I didn't realize it. And it tells about the convention and the dates. And Mesa, Arizona, where we had it. So I love this one. The third one I just got, I had it for last video, but I realized that I didn't have it on the desk to show, and I wasn't sure where I put it. Thank goodness I found it. So I thought, oh, well, I'll just show it next video. This is a bobbin that was made for me. A friend of mine here in Utah, her husband turns bobbins, hand turns bobbins, has made bobbins for other people in our lace group. I had some manzanita from my sister. My sister has manzanita trees all on her property. I asked her if any of the loose pieces I could just take with me. So I took them back to Bruce and I said, do you think you could make a bobbin out of this manzanita for me? And he said, well, it depends if it shatters or whatever. But he took it and he was able to get one bobbin out of it. So I'm so excited. This is my sister's manzanita on her property, the little bobbin he did for me. So excited. I love it. So that's the little bit of haul I have. So now on to my Irish crochet class. I'll be showing you some pictures at the end of some of the beautiful work that our teacher brought, as well as my one friend who she got together and figured out how to get the teacher here. The teacher is Myra Trenner. She's from Ireland, and she specializes in Irish crochet lace, and especially in the Clonus lace from the Clonus region of Ireland where she lives. And Clonus Irish crochet is what makes it different from other Irish crochet in the region is the knot that is done with the piece. So what we started out doing first is making a little rose and then making the little Clonus knot, chaining in between. So here we go. This is the little crocheted rose that I did first. This is size 10. Most of the time they work in 20 or higher, but I hadn't done a lot of thread crochet for a long time, so I felt in order for me to kind of get the feel of this, I had to start out with a little bit bigger thread and then move on down. So one of our first pieces to do was this little rose, and then what you do is you do the, oh golly, it's stuck on the other one. You do these little Clonus knots as you go along. She teaches you how to do those from the region of Ireland. And then when you get around the other side, however long you want it, then you make another rose. So, and I decided to do mine as a necklace. So, and then usually you just put it over like this and like that. So let me see here. And there it is. So that was the first one. Then I did actually another with the this one is their shamrock, and this one had a whole lot of other techniques to it. We had what was called padding cord, which we had to crochet over so that you could stretch it and do what you want with the motif. And then what is called a buttony was another separate part that was made in the middle. Man, do I need a lot of, what do you call it? Only word I'm trying to come up with. Practice. I need a lot of practice in this stuff. Wow. It was not easy, at least not for me. Anyway, here's the shamrocks and a little necklace with the clonus knots. I also worked on a couple leaves. So there's one leaf. This one, I kind of messed up on it. Got too much space in between, but Myra told me it was like a holly. So this is like my holly leaf. So, and right now I'm working on, this is actually still on my thread, and I'm working on what's called the Wild Irish Rose. And you do the little rose in between, I mean in the middle, and then you start working around the edge with like a open lacy petals. So this is what it looks like here, but I can show you when the pictures come. You'll see some of them that are already finished, because I'll be doing more petals around till I have 5 petals on this with cording around them, around the edges. So that's what I started just before class was done. So yeah, it was fun. We do Elizabeth thread. I was using Elizabeth thread, which was it's a thread that you can get online, and there's some actually stores that carry it too, but not very many. And I'm using a size 10, and other people were using Elizabeth size 20, 30. My friend is up now to 60. Some people have actually crocheted in 100. Just very fine. It looks very lacy. So it, yeah, beautiful, beautiful stuff. You know, not sure how much I'm going to continue it. Right now I have to rest my hands. Boy, did they ever get tired and everything. Even though I would, you know, like relax them and exercise them stuff, they're still recovering from this, because it was not common for me to do a lot of thread crochet. So of course I had to get back used to that again, and then to do it this way was, you know, also a learning curve. So anyway, but it was interesting, and I think I would like to just take it with me once I get used to. I need to get used to doing the buttonies and the cording. That was the difficult part for me, and the part that I think I'm going to have to keep on size 10 for a while. The actual crocheting part wasn't an issue because I've crocheted with thread before, but doing that cording, stitching, or crocheting over it is not easy for me. So some people find it fine, other people really struggle with it. So, but hopefully I'll be able to continue a little. So I'm going to end and give you my daily gratitude and upload this so that I can start doing some packing, and I'm pretty much done with any cross stitch that I was going to complete for before I left. And so, you know, I think maybe what I'll do these next couple days is work on some lace, so I have some lace to show you. I haven't actually picked up my lace since 2 weeks ago because of trying to get, you know, caught up on some of my cross stitch goals, and then also the 4 days of the Irish crochet class. So I think maybe I'll do some lacing the next couple days before I leave, a little bit of stitching. So Every month, for those of you who are new here, I read from this daily gratitude journal a quote. Again, just really fast, thank you. Please, thank you for joining me. Those of you especially who are new, I didn't actually give a thank you for you joining me. And I hope you found something that you enjoy looking at, whether that be full coverage or regular pieces. And my love of lace, the Irish crochet lace, my love of stitching, needlework is very strong. So anyway, thanks for joining me. This I thought was kind of appropriate. I think the flowers will be coming out soon. I just had some crocuses open their little buds, and so that was pretty exciting around the same time as all this warm weather happened. So here's some beautiful, beautiful, actually those are, these are dahlias here, I think. But I have some of those out front, and I can't even remember the name of them now. You guys are probably yelling at me, you gardeners, saying, it's this, it's this. And too bad your voices can't come through the video and tell me so I can say it. Anyway, this quote says, joy is the simplest form of gratitude, by Karl Barth. So, and it is. If you're joyful, you're showing gratitude for our life, for our world, for everything out there. So anyway, as always, I end with find the beauty out there. It's there. There's beauty everywhere, guys. So find the beauty in every day. And I'm hoping that you can do that. And please join me in a couple weeks. And grateful for you being here. So everybody take care, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.